It is the USL Championship Soccer coming your way from beautiful Carson, California.
Rio
We are
Grande
live at the Dignity Health Sports Park Track and Field Stadium for an all-Western Conference clash. Tonight, LA Galaxy 2 return from a 2-week hiatus as they get set to lock horns with Rio Grande Valley FC. Happy to have you along. I'm Christian Miles, joined by my partner Troy Barty. And Troy, well, RGV FC has been pretty busy. It looks as though they've turned the corner. LA trying to get back to winning ways after a 2-week layoff.
Well, nothing like turning the corner when you have 3 home games in a row, which they were victorious twice and drew once. The Galaxy, meanwhile, just played a game in San Antonio and lost 2-0. But before that, they won 2 straight home games. So for Mike Munoz's squad, I'm sure he's happy to be back here at Dignity Health Sports Park Track and Field Stadium.
All right, well, it's RGV FC, and they've got a real talented winger in their own right in Jesus Enriquez, who's been figuring prominently going forward for them.
Yeah, he can do it all, really. He's great with the touch. He can dribble. He can shoot right foot, left foot. 2 goals on the season and an assist. A really electric player for RGV.
Meanwhile, Mike Munoz, he's going to get set to ring in the changes. They've had time to think things over. Kai Koreniuk, though, has been a real breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and those remember who were here in attendance last home game, he won Player of the Week with his 2 goals, 1 assist performance. As he goes tonight, I think so do the LA Galaxy too. Looking for a big performance from him tonight.
And both of those 2 goals coming in that 4-2 romp over the Tulsa Roughnecks way back on April 6th. Ethan Zubak also on target twice in that one. All right, we're set for this one. We're going to take a quick break, but make sure you join us while the first half kickoff, LA Galaxy 2 and the Toros. It's all coming up next on ESPN+.
The header, yes! Diego Polenta! The LA Galaxy are going to beat the Houston Dynamo at home.
And we welcome you back. Los Dos front and center stage, looking to get back to winning ways. The last time out a couple of weeks ago, it was a 2-0 humbling in Texas by Bradford Jamieson and company. 2-0 was the scoreline against San Antonio FC. Now they look to rebound and really trying to find some consistency after they thought they had turned the corners following back-to-back wins over Portland and Tulsa, but brought right back to earth. We shall see what's in store. We take a look at the starting lineups for Rio Grande Valley FC. They'll go with Tyler Derrick, who's got some MLS experience. It's going to be a 4-3-3 setup today for them, and it's going to be Hernandez playing a key role in the center of the park. Wilmer Cabrera, the son of Houston Dynamo head coach Wilmer Cabrera Sr., figuring prominently in midfield, and up front it's going to be Rodriguez looking to get all the goals today for the men from the Rio Grande Valley. For the LA Galaxy 2, it's going to be Mike Munoz going with Abraham Romero, who hasn't featured in any games since that thrashing earlier this season in that 5-0 affair back on March 23rd by Real Monarchs SLC. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1 setup playing. Of course, the role of lone striker up there is going to be Lopez, still looking for his first goal of the campaign. Don Chilao can play wide or play centrally. We shall see how it rounds itself out. Can Kai Koreniuk, as my partner Troy Barty mentioned earlier, already on target twice, both of those goals coming in their last home clash way back on April 6th, a few weeks ago, in that 4-2 triumph over the Tulsa Roughnecks. So indeed, a new frame of mind and really a positive outlook going forward right now here, Troy.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening to see how LA Galaxy 2 due to see where the offense comes from tonight with Zubak, Williams, even Hilliard Arce on the bench this evening. Really, there's only 2 players on the field that have goals. That's Kai Koreniuk and Ernesto Walker. So I think Galaxy 2 will be looking for someone unexpected to step up tonight, Christian.
Well, we'll see who will play the role of hero tonight. No Ethan Zubak in the starting 11, so a big hole to fill. Kyle Adams and company looking to get the clean sheet. They've really turned the corner after going winless in their first 5 back-to-back wins over OKC Energy, and then on Saturday night, a 5-2 thrashing over Las Vegas Lights FC. Rio Grande Valley FC get us underway. They will be attacking the goal to your right in the black, the Galaxy in their home strip in white. Happy to have you along for USL Championship Soccer, and a big one here in the Western Conference. Galaxy have been hit or miss. Looking for more of the former than the latter this evening. Rio Grande Valley looking to build possession from the kickoff, and will send this one long over the back of the Galaxy 2 fullback Nate Schultz. Galaxy with a pretty experienced back line back there tonight, Troy, as they will have Triari, who's already got a little bit of MLS experience, along with Nick Depew, Michael Gallagher, as well as Schultz. It could be put to the test, right, against a team that is coming off a 5-goal performance in just the space of 5 days.
Yeah, and with that said, RGV moved 3 of their attacking players to the bench, so a bit of a break for Galaxy 2 with Player of the Week Malik Foster finds himself on the bench to start this one tonight.
Busy time of year, everything in full swing as this one sent forward. Underneath it is Michael Gallagher, the former University of Washington product, who will operate in the heart of that defense tonight. Finds his way forward for Jose Hernandez, the former UCLA man. We'll see how he adapts into a more central role tonight. Hernandez has seen him used out wide on the left. Tracked down by Gallagher. Wearing the captain's armband tonight, the Frenchman Triari filling in at the left fullback role. A throw in for LA, and it'll drop for Walker, the big Panamanian, who provides a lot of that steel in the center of the park tonight for the Galaxy. Going with that lone striker setup and a lot of responsibility up top for Frank Lopez. Send it down the line for Chilao, well intercepted on that left-hand side. This is David Cabrera for the Toros, as they are known. Opened the campaign with 2 losses away to Tacoma and a home 2-0 defeat by Fresno FC before drawing against El Paso Locomotive on the road. Had a tough spell in Tulsa and then it turned things around. 3 games without defeat. A long searching ball trying to play it forward. Rodriguez is up and down he goes just on the edge of the box. Everybody looking to the referee as the Galaxy were stretched slightly. Kevin Rodriguez using his speed to very good effect. Toros on the attack now. Carlos Small can't get a foot to it. Cross on the other side. Well won back by Walker, trying to release Chilao. Supported by Brian Eloski, former college teammate of Jose Hernandez, while spending some time in Westwood. Gallagher now for Kai Koreniuk, the Dutch-American, with his first touch, has the overlap from Triari and will use it. Flag stays down as Los Dos looking for some width early on here. Great night in Carson. A little nip in the air, temperatures in the low 60s. Koreniuk with space, and Koreniuk fires, and that one held by Derek. Not a bad move that time from the Galaxy, well orchestrated.
4 minutes in to have a shot on goal is nice. Against San Antonio, they were very lethargic. Their goalkeeper didn't have much to do the entire evening, so a nice start here by Galaxy 2. Meanwhile,
back the other way we go, and Small bustling about, making himself a bit of a nuisance. So they like that direct approach. Early on here, we've seen it from RGV.
Salazar, Foster, and Martinez, RGV, all on the bench this evening, playing just 4 days ago. As you mentioned, Christian, Galaxy haven't played for 11 days, so G2 well rested versus potential tired RGV side.
It can work to your advantage. You can work to your disadvantage. Sometimes you get a little bit rusty. Sometimes, you know, when you win games, you can't wait for the next one. Galaxy have had a long time, as you mentioned, Troy, to think about that tough loss the last time out, way back on April 13th in Texas. It's a tough one for them to swallow. The other losses, of course, coming here on opening day when they were thumped by Colorado Springs, and then a loss a couple of weeks later at Real Monarchs SLC in Utah. Here's Koreniuk, meanwhile. Oh, he does really well, slipping right past the defender. Good-looking cross at that, and no one on the end of it. Wonderful play and a great run from Kai Koreniuk. Plays like that will get you noticed by the first team, who, by the way, managed to take a share of the points in Minnesota just moments ago in a 0-0 draw at the newly minted Allianz Field in St. Paul. Well won back by Romelio Hernandez for Rio Grande Valley, and they've sent it forward now for Enriquez. He's the danger man and provides the width. He's got a lot of speed as well, but it's a good piece of defending there from Big Nick Depew. Hernandez. They'll switch it out to this near side for Zach Johnson, operating at that right back role tonight for Rio Grande Valley. Connor Donovan captaining this team in the heart of defense, forming that partnership back there with the New Zealander, the Kiwi, Kyle Adams. It's a young team in Rio Grande Valley. Not always the case when you go up against a team that doesn't really feature those youth players, but that is the case tonight. Booted out by David Cabrera, sent out wide. RGV, some good movement. This is Carlos Small, the Panamanian international, trying to play it forward. Triari's lost his mark. Kevin Rodriguez has it on his right. Touch just gets away from him. Johnson. Donovan. He can knock it around with the best of them. Rio Grande Valley, and that's the modus operandi for Jerson Echeverry, the 47-year-old. Now in his second season as head coach for the Toros. Donovan also in his second season. Good to have that familiarity and continuity back there, especially in such an important position. They played it forward now, nice little turn. And well intercepted. Good defending from LA, is looking very comfortable at the back from the outset. But it's popped out wide, poor distribution, and Kevin Rodriguez hits a blind ball to that far post and asking a bit too much of little Jesus Enriquez. Interesting decision tonight here, Troy, with Abraham Romero preferred to Vom Stieg, getting his second run out.
It's all about getting some minutes. His last time out obviously wasn't a memorable one, so he's looking to have a better performance here this evening.
Good keeper, though. Has a pretty good reputation at the youth international level. Spent some time in the Pachuca system as well, but they've got some space on this right. Schultz making some inroads. Here's Elaski, diminutive presence, but he's full of craft, guile, and all kinds of speed. Triari. Elaski wearing the number 70 in white, operating centrally. We saw him play in a wider role for the Bruins. Spent some time in Europe, in Poland. He's back here with LA. Big switch on that far side. Chilao can't bring it down. A bit of a high challenge. Referee waves it on. Chilao with a full head of steam and a defensive recovery, but looked to be a little bit dangerous that time from Chilao. And it ends up as a goal kick for Rio Grande Valley.
Robert Coronado a little overly aggressive. Allows Chilao to get by him. Looks like either the ball or his boot hit him in the face. Nonetheless, he's all right.
Might have been just a slightly high challenge, but credit Chilao to persevere and push forward. Born in Benin, raised in Arizona, college at Oregon State. He's a formidable attacking force with the Beavers in his 4 years in Corvallis, Oregon.
15 goals, 13 assists.
Good crowd tonight. Koreniuk. Lovely skill. Elegant player on the ball, very comfortable in possession. Triari equally so, drops that shoulder, hits it first time, and asking a little too much of Frank Lopez. Jose Hernandez recovers, and Koreniuk will send it out wide for Nate Schultz, who joins in the attack from his fullback position. And Chilao dispossessed this time by Robert Coronado. So a throw in for Los Dos.
Cal State Fullerton Titan, Robert Coronado. I'm sure he's happy to be back near his stomping grounds from La Habra, California. I'm sure there's some friends and family here tonight supporting him.
So much local talent here in the Southland. And a lot of it originating out here. But Iloski, one of them, he goes to ground just outside the penalty area. Free kick here for Los Angeles.
Maybe not the best angle to get a shot on goal, but definitely an opportunity maybe to send it to the back post. We'll see what they decide to do here.
Well, it sits just in the corner of the box. And a chance now for Iloski to apply his wares. Spent some time with Legia Warsaw, was loaned out to the lower divisions in Poland, decided to come back, join up here with the Galaxy. Made his debut last week, playing the last quarter of an hour, the last time out rather, 11 days ago in San Antonio. So beware the left foot. He's got a sweet one. Walker up, as well as big Nick DePue. Koreniuk on the edge of the arc now. And it will be Brian Iloski who belts one in. And no fooling Tyler Derrick that time.
It was going to have to take something very special to beat Tyler Derrick at his near post from that distance.
Nice to have the luxury of a left footer like that, however, in those positions and those angles. Long searching ball. Underneath it is Schultz. Galaxy really growing into this game. Is big Ernesto Walker. Really not the prototypical type of number 6 or defensive midfielder. He has almost an American football type of physique, but don't let that fool you. He's already been called up by the Panama senior team and some sweet feet in his own right. Johnson. This is Hernandez, the Salvadorian Youth International, who was born in Maryland.
Spent his time in Louisville Cardinals.
Triari just running to a buzzsaw. That is Kevin Rodriguez. Be a throw in now for Los Dos, right in front of the Galaxy bench, and Mike Munoz.
RGV fans remember Hernandez scoring the first goal of the season for them. They only scored 5 goals in their first 6 games, and then they scored 5 goals in their last game. So we'll see what RGV team shows up this evening.
Yeah, perhaps the switch was flipped. Schultz, meanwhile, going to work. Under some pressure, cleared by DePue. Here come the Toros, Rio Grande Valley. Only as far as Frank Lopez. Iloski loses it in possession now. Adams will play it wide. Omer Cabrera and the square ball falling comfortably to the feet of Jose Hernandez. Says thank you very much. A little haphazard at this point, but here comes Carlos Small. Head up, went for glory, took a deflection on the way out, and Romero avoids conceding the corner kick. Well played, good feet that time from the Los Dos goalkeeper.
Good awareness to hustle and kick that out for a throw instead of a corner kick. Has to be nice for them knowing that they have a goalkeeper who's participated in the U17 and U20 World Cup for Mexico. Obviously some valuable experience for him.
A little competition for not just Justin Bumsteeg, but also for the others in line for first team duty. Eric Lopez has been called upon as well. Coronado trying to slide it through. Well weighted. Flag is up. Offside against Rio Grande Valley. Nicely constructed move, though.
Yeah, they're starting to find their way into the game as well. That's the guy you want to limit on that left-hand side. Enriquez, he's fun to watch, and if you saw the goal he scored versus OKC, it just was jaw-dropping. I mean, the way he was able to shake defenders in the box and finish. Definitely a special player. Hopefully they can bottle him up tonight.
A second season after spending some previous time with Cholos down in Tijuana. Gallagher for Koreniuk. Netherlands Youth International plays it forward for Triari. Trying to put it into his own path. Nicely read back there by the number 8, Hernandez, playing in the number 6. He forms that partnership back there with Cabrera. Part of that double pivot. Schultz, meanwhile, for LA. Open start to this one. There's a fluidity to it. Here's Triari, who actually won a spot with Los Dos way back last year in January when he flew over here on his own accord, on his own dime, and won a spot via an open tryout. I mean, we've heard this story before. So many great stories, but that's a real good one. Frenchman, they are very high on him here, and he's right into it, gathering 2 defenders. Closed down first by Kevin Rodriguez. And then lending a helping hand is Hernandez.
And Triari is one of the bright spots in the last game for San Antonio. He was wide, whipping balls in. Zubac almost got up on the end of a couple of his crosses, so see if he continues that service.
17 minutes gone, no goals here in Carson. Special midweek treat here on ESPN Plus or USL Championship Soccer, Western Conference Affair. Brian Ilosky standing over this one for Los Dos. Puts another good curling ball, trying to target the likes of Michael Gallagher. Couldn't latch onto it and defended well enough by the visitors.
And Michael Gallagher wearing that captain's armband this evening.
He's an out-and-out old-fashioned central player. Can play a little higher in defensive midfield if necessary, as he did in his college days, but a little bit more withdrawn in the heart of that defense. Here's Nate Schultz now for Los Angeles.
Go Andy, go Andy! Go Chewy! Up, Dave, get up, Dave!
Triari.
Tight!
Oh, good work here from Didi Triari. He's blazed past the entire defensive line. Great ball across. It was a courageous clearance. Koreniuk squares. Lopez with his back to goal. Chilao puts it on that left and fires just wide. Several opportunities for LA. Come away with nothing, but just a delightful run from Didi Triari, showing off the best of his talents.
Yeah, nice to see him on that left-hand side. Beat his man, beat 2 RGV defenders, put it across the 6, and Lopez almost getting on the end of that and putting it in the back of the net.
Well, Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship in many of the finest leagues around the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com.
I mean, you have to think Frank Lopez, he's more than due. For a guy who scored 13 goals last season, has yet to score this year, I'm sure everyone here in attendance would like to see.
Hey, if you want to talk about out-and-out false nine, he is it. Not the tallest of players, but he can put the ball flat out in the back of the net, and he's on it right now. Drops for Hernandez, and couldn't quite catch all of it. Second ball presented itself. The opportunities are coming. The Galaxy just lacking a little bit of sharpness in front of goal. And it wasn't on Hernandez's preferred right foot, that's for sure. And you look at Jose Hernandez, born in Mexico City, freshman of the year in the Pac-12 back in 2015. And part of that Real Salt Lake Youth Academy set up in Arizona. Galaxy back-to-back wins here on their home ground after that opening day defeat to Colorado Springs. Long ball, and Romero thought about grabbing that one and had second thoughts, and he was better for it. Just over the edge of the penalty box line. And out of play it goes. Confirmation of a booking against Robert Coronado. That goes against Rio Grande Valley, the defender. So Coronado will be booked for the second time this season. Galaxy growing into this game. They've had the better spell of it here in the last 12 or 13 minutes. Free kick, however, presenting itself for Zach Johnson and company. Donovan. See how they build out of the back. They don't let in a lot of goals, but they've conceded 10 coming into tonight here at Rio Grande Valley.
And they've scored 10, and they're level on the plus-minus differential.
Trying to move the needle in the right direction. Iloski, though, locates Chilao. Overhits it for Lopez. May drop here for Small, and it's a direct ball trying to play it into the path for Wilmer Cabrera. He pressures Romero.
You can see the big 6'5" frame of Nick DePew, his long strides. You're not going to beat him to many balls.
So dominant in the air is DePew as well. Here's Koreniuk. Iloski, touch, Chilao. Drops the shoulder, heads for the byline. Chilao crosses, but pulls it just behind everyone. Triari. His eyes were wide. Didn't take a deflection, looks to be the case, and it'll be a corner kick coming up here for LA.
He's lucky to get that deflection because he had 3 or 4 teammates in the box. So there was really no angle he had on goal. Probably the better idea was to chip it back post. Anyhow, earns the team a corner, and credit to him for that.
Back in, and a great save from Derek. LA smell blood in the water right now. Small doing the dirty work. They'll push it back. This is Cabrera trying to play it down the line. To no avail. It's a good save a moment ago that time from Derek. Hit the midpoint of half number 1. Galaxy on the front foot. Triari, flag is down, hits it first time. Has Chilao waiting. Good intervention that time from Coronado. Racing onto it is Schultz. Here's Iloski trying to push it through, and that one too heavy for Frank Lopez. Nice little flurry, though, for Los Dos. Now, just a reminder, fans, follow LA Galaxy and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much, much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. All you have to do is sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Touchback now for DePew. Just a towering presence, Nick DePew. Big 6'5" player. Actually played some front line. Played a little bit forward late in games during his collegiate career as well. But here's Koreniuk. Industrious presence. They got some width now. Chilao, pace, trying to get him behind Coronado. Chilao's beating him. Physical play, but a little too physical for the referee's liking. Fascinating players in those wide positions tonight for Los Angeles.
You can already see that Robert Coronado is going to have his hands full with Chilau on that RGV left-hand side, Galaxy 2 right-hand side. He's just pretty much doing what he wants so far in the first 25 minutes of this one.
And pace, power. Still looking for his first goal with his new club, however. Schultz will knock it forward. Here's Kareniuk. Triari. Triari actually making his MLS debut at the beginning of the month in that win for Zlatan Ibrahimovic and company over the Portland Timbers. Came on as a sub in the 88th minute. It's part of the new regime, though, installed by Dennis Tecloza. Guillermo Barros Escaloto likes that continuity between the youth ranks and the senior team, and not afraid to play the young kids. We've seen it with Zubac, we've seen it with Triari, we've seen it with Efrain Alvarez, and tonight, second consecutive start for LA with Julian Araujo, who unfortunately limped off with injury late in that one. Sensational performance by the 17-year-old. The pipeline is flowing. Of course, RGV, the affiliate club of the Houston Dynamo. So Tyler Derrick with some first-team MLS experience as well in his career. Here's Kai Kareniuk, meanwhile, and here come Los Angeles. Kareniuk just behind Kevin Rodriguez.
Kev, hold Kev, hold Kev. Switchy, come here, Kev.
Traore.
Kev inside.
Iloski, good first touch. The idea was there, the execution was not. Walker. Long diagonal ball, beautifully placed that time by Ernesto Walker. Chilau manages to control Iloski. Walker thought about racing onto it, arriving late, and Kyle Adams able to clear it on RGV's behalf. They're not out of the woods yet, though, as Nate Schultz is onto it for Los Angeles, and he races in behind Coronado. Schultz bustling away. Brilliant run here from Schultz. At the top, Iloski. And it's Rio Grande Valley really in some hot water. Hernandez pegs one in for Iloski. This is Lopez looking to turn. Schultz, first time, has Chilau waiting. It's Kareniuk. He took a deflection out. And my, oh my, it's Rio Grande Valley really under heavy pressure.
And a nice deflection by Zach Johnson, because it looked like that ball was going in the far corner. Kareniuk put a nice boot through that one. Earned Galaxy 2 another corner.
Born in Florida, came through the U.S. and Dutch youth setups. U.S. men's national team under 17 and Dutch under 18. Meanwhile, Iloski's delivery spot on. And I don't think Depew saw too much of that. It was almost caught unawares, but that was on a rope. Scary moments back there for Tyler Derrick. It's a Rio Grande Valley team still looking for their first clean sheet of the season.
Yeah, just didn't really get any power behind that. You're right. It looked like he really wasn't expecting that to come with so much pace.
Wilmer Cabrera now for Zach Johnson. Cabrera, like his father, born in Colombia. Had that goal Saturday against the Lights.
Yeah, and it says a lot for RGV for them to let an 18-year-old step up to the spot and take a penalty.
Chilau into space, needs the support. Leaves it for Iloski. Those balls into space are problematic right now for Rio Grande Valley. Here's Cabrera. Technically Cabrera Jr. And he'll skip right past Kareniuk. And only too happy to oblige is Cabrera. This is Small, who will drop it back. half an hour gone here in Carson. Dignity Health Sports Park Track and Field Stadium tonight on a cool April evening. And Carlos Small trying to turn on Gallagher. Brilliant stuff there from the Panamanian. He's on loan from Arabe Unido. Ultimately dispossessed by his countryman, Walker.
Interesting advantage call considering his 1v4, but Galaxy 2 will take that.
Chilao. Comfortable, lovely layoff there from Lopez. The 1-2 with Iloski. Will it come off? No, and allows Derek time and space to come off his line. See that understanding. Iloski very much the focal point there in that creative playmaking role in the center of midfield. Triari now, as we head into minute 31.
Must be nice for Mike Munoz to have another piece in that midfield. The fact that he can rest Zubac, Williams, Vera, Fittis, Hilliard, Arce. Galaxy 2 are pretty deep, and they're showing it here this evening.
Some big games coming up, of course. Monday night, they get set to take on Eric Ronaldo and the Las Vegas Lights. You can light it up with the best of them. Hernandez couldn't quite control that. Ball from Chilao asking a bit too much. Emilio Hernandez. This is Johnson. Cabrera. Well intercepted that time and nicely read by Michael Gallagher, who just stepped in front of Carlos Small to win it. Here's Jose Hernandez. Trying to provide that creative inspiration. Chilao defers to Iloski, forward for Frank Lopez, the Cuban. Traore. Put in some good crosses tonight, but that one not amongst the best. Plenty of air underneath it. Just 20 years of age, came through the Mets youth system, did Didi Traore. Small will knock it wide. Coronado now will drop it back. Adams. Chance for these two to make some inroads up that Western Conference table. Most importantly, just trying to find some consistency. LA winning the midfield battle now. Hernandez pokes it back to Pugh, links up with Chilao. Hernandez filling that space and plays it into space for Chilao. Good recovery that time on the back foot from Robert Coronado. Chilao's cross, and he's got one waiting, but plucked out of thin air by Tyler Derrick.
And it's important that Chilao gets up and down the wing, because that's going to keep Robert Coronado, who likes to go forward, honest and keep him back. So far, it's been all Chilao to this point.
More space on this left-hand side. Enriquez trying to find Small, cheeky back heel, but for all the flash and panache, doesn't really amount to anything effective. Growing Panamanian contingent in USL Championship. We're seeing it on front and center display tonight with Walker, as well as Carlos Small, and included in the senior team plans. Don't sleep on Panama. Remember, making it to the World Cup last summer.
There was a World Cup last summer? Oh.
Ancient history by now, my friend.
No, it's pretty hard to believe that the Panamanians and others were there and USA was not.
Let's not talk about that. Moving on. Adams now. Enriquez. Here's David Cabrera. Good turn from Cabrera in the center of the park. Galaxy have taken everything they've thrown at him, and really no danger. Not much to do back there for Romero. Derek, by far the busier of the two goalkeepers. Head down and a full head of steam right now for Schultz. Wide for Chilao. No doubt about the approach here and the philosophy for Mike Munoz. It's possession, trying to pass Rio Grande Valley off the park.
No cross, no cross.
Triari. Some more width for Triari, and he'll win another corner here for Los Angeles. Soccer fans, you can join the Galaxy, the hottest team in MLS, in their return to Dignity Health Sports Park coming up on Sunday at 5, and cheer on Ibra Leggett, Jonah Dos Santos as they take on RSL Real Salt Lake. Get your tickets at lagalaxy.com/tickets. So Iloski standing over the corner kick and the left-footed delivery on the third attempt, and it was a good target. We talked about how good Gallagher is, and just flung himself right at it. There's Depew in there.
Yeah, and what an opportunity for Depew. When he watches that one back, he's going to be disappointed with himself, because it looked like he just had to get an inside boot on it, which he was unable to do. Nice job by Kyle Adams doing just enough to put him off.
Galaxy trying to perhaps exploit their height advantage back there. Kyle Adams is 6'2", but Nick Depew coming forward on those dead balls, towering 6'5", the same height as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You know what he can do in the air. Schultz, meanwhile, first to it. Chilao dropping into his own half and supported well by big Nick Depew. And Rio Grande Valley just trying to restore some order right now. Get a sense of things. This is David Cabrera for Kevin Rodriguez, who drops into a deeper role. There'll be a throw in now for Zach Johnson and the visitors. Galaxy getting back into the thick of the schedule. We mentioned Monday, then following it up. Clash against Austin Bold here in Carson. Get on down here, get your tickets. Great venue to see a game is Walker, showing off that senior team at the international level. The vast experience serving him well there. Big, strong presence right in the heart of midfield.
Yeah, a nice job holding it up against 3 defenders.
Quickly taking on the restart into space for Chilao. Coronado able to win it back. Well defended, you'd have to say, from the Rio Grande Valley left fullback. He's had his difficulties this evening. So Small up there on his lonesome right now for the Toros. And Star for service.
Yeah, we haven't heard Jesus Chuy Enrique's name yet. He hasn't been on the ball, so credit to the Galaxy defense up until this point. Wilmer Cabrera has also been quieted, so Galaxy defense doing well.
Depew back for Romero. Silky touch there from the goalkeeper. That is what is required at that position in the modern day game. The old proverbial sweeper keeper. This is Triari. Oh, he's done brilliantly. Just skins Rodriguez and goes off on a gallop right now. It's Didi Triari. Oh my goodness, what a run. Didi Triari crosses. Didi Triari! It is a work of magnificence. French flair of the highest order. You will not see a better run than that in USL Championship Soccer. What a goal. LA 1, RGV 0.
And the crowd up off their seats, rightfully so. What a run from Didi Triari, slaloming in and out of Toro defenders. Thought about passing it, but said, you know what? I've gotten this far. I'm just going to take it myself, and slots it home. What a run. What a finish. What a play.
Absolutely sensational. He picked it up at midfield, and he did all the rest.
making very light work of Connor Donovan, Zach Johnson, and the rest of the Toros. Galaxy 2 take a 1-0 advantage here in the 40th minute.
An extraordinary goal from Didi Triari. Small looking for the quick reply, though, for RGV. First goal of the season for the French fullback. We know about French fullbacks and their flair in years past with Vicente Lizarazu. He won the World Cup 21 years ago with Les Bleus. What a run, what a romp. Schultz. You know, you and I were just talking here earlier about the width in Chilao and Koreniuk, and bolstered with the likes of Schultz making some inroads as well, and Triari with that work of magic, but it's Koreniuk now trying to provide the impetus. Right-hand side, cleared away by Coronado. So how will RGV respond here? 5 minutes to go. Here's Gallagher, the captain, trying to link up with Triari. Now be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th, local time, for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN 3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC, visiting the two-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the best match on the Game of the Week, April 30th, local time, over on ESPN 3. Galaxy in command. That goal officially on the 39th minute. Is there an answer? Kevin Rodriguez trying to center it for Small. Michael Gallagher says there'll be no more of that. Small. Just up there on an island by himself, and always in a mismatch on those overloads, a 1v2, a 1v3, and once again the Galaxy comfortably win it back. Here comes Walker.
I think it's pretty safe to say at some point tonight we'll see Malik Foster and Michael Salazar up there to help him out.
They've got the horses, Rio Grande Valley. We'll see if Gerson Echeverry will unleash them here in half number 2. I'm sure it's going to be a stern talking to, despite being, they're only down a goal here, despite being played off the park in large stretches, but they have presented some danger, constructing a few good moves, but it's got to be better. Now goes Triari. It'll be a throw-in now for Mike Munoz's men. So we head into the dying embers of half number 1. Nice to have that layoff over with. Little glitch in the schedule. Good movement from Lopez. He gets him behind. Flag stays down for the Cuban. Drops that right shoulder. It's Lopez. Nicely defended at the back by Donovan at the last-ditch moment. It's Jose Hernandez. It's quick snapshot turn. And the little Mexican-born player nearly came up with a huge goal.
A nice unselfish play by Galaxy 2. Finding the open player, and a nice turn by Jose Hernandez, nearly finding the inside of that far post.
Set himself up well, didn't he? Quick snapshot, first touch with the right, and tried to whip it around. Strong header from Depew. Drops out wide for Enriquez, supported by Coronado. If they're going to strike, the time would be now for Rio Grande Valley. It would be a huge blow for morale's sake, in a positive sense. Iloski and company making it look so easy before he's brought to ground. Free kick for Los Angeles. Final minute plus added on time. Galaxy looking to make it 3 straight here on their home ground. more of a possession philosophy in place and much better executed this term than we saw in 2018 as Walker takes good care of it, supported by Iloski, plays it for Chilao, beautiful ball, Chilao! Not a bad effort. Wonderfully placed though by Iloski. Here's Koreniuk, drops the shoulder, heads to the byline. Koreniuk brilliantly done and too hot to handle that time for Frank Lopez. Slick stuff, Iloski, he's in. Iloski closed down and it's desperate defending back there for Rio Grande Valley as it's cleared away by the captain, Connor Donovan. So just 1 minute added on, and we are into it. Corner number 4 here, Troy, for the Galaxy.
Coronado and Johnson having some serious troubles on the outside in that Toro back line. Whether it's Chilao on the right-hand side, Koreniuk, or Triari on this left-hand side, Toro's right-hand side.
Not the best of deliveries from Iloski. Kept alive by Triari. And here's Iloski, slips past one, fouled by Rodriguez. Referee says get up and play on. Clearly had his path impeded. Walker. Depew. Schultz hitting that one into no man's land. Adams did well in the end. And that's going to do it. First half in the books. A very good first 45 minutes for the home team. The only goal here, Troy, coming on the 39th minute from Didi Triari. But what a goal it was.
A very special goal for everyone here to see. Mike Munoz has to be happy taking that 1-0 advantage into the halftime. Just a pretty dominant first half by G2.
So 45 minutes in the books and still plenty of soccer remaining. It's halftime here in a midweek USL Championship clash. It's the LA Galaxy 2-1, Rio Grande Valley FC 0.
The header, yes! Diego Polenta! And LA Galaxy are gonna beat the Houston Dynamo at home.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's gonna have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal for Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Chidama will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows. Steps. Strikes. And saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine into the box. Van Schake's there. Van Shake!
Takes up for Louisville. And again, Callum Irving grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck as Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it. Like a Langsdorff header. That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring. It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah. Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
Could it be two? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo at the top of the box. Lee gets a touch, still driving and sends it, and into the back of the net.
It's like Joe Gallardo took almost on the entire defense there. And that left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
California, we're live at Dignity Health Sports Park, the track and field stadium, the home of Los Dos, and a brilliant wonder strike from the French fullback Didi Triari, the only thing separating Los Angeles from Rio Grande Valley SC. Let's take a look at the standings and the way things shape up right now. We check on the Western Conference, and T2 looking pretty good, 1 point above New Mexico United with a game in hand. We look at this here, Troy, it's still early on here, but Sacramento in the thick of the hunt as usual. What else catches your eye?
Well, what catches my eye is the teams at the top of this leaderboard have played 7 or 8 matches, and meanwhile the Galaxy 2 have only played 6 matches, so not a ton to take away from this, but you always want to improve that goal differential, and that's what Galaxy 2 are working on this evening.
Hey, if all the chips fell, potentially LA Galaxy 2 could move level with third place Reno 1868 FC and put themselves comfortably in the top 5. Remember, this is a team that has really fell into the doldrums the last 2 seasons as far as USL Championship is concerned, having failed to make the USL playoffs both in 2017 and last year in 2018. Let's take a look at some of the other scores and some of the games that took place today. Atlanta United thumped by the Rowdies, who run riot in Georgia, 4-1. And how about Tulsa? They just keep on scoring goals here, Troy. 2-0 over Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
And both those goals coming by the hand of DaCosta, so a nice evening for him.
Yes, indeed. So Tulsa looking good. And check on some of the highlights here and some of the storylines taking place. New Mexico United, previously unbeaten, their first season in USL, slipping down into second. It'll be interesting to see how they rebounded. Speaking of rebounding, Las Vegas Lights, what's going on there?
Well, they have obviously a new coach in Eric Winalda and a brand new roster of players from all around the country, all around the world even. Just a mix-mash of a roster. So Eric's trying to, I'm sure, figure out what he has, and no need to worry in Las Vegas yet.
It'll serve them well with such a good mind and great experience in Eric Winalda. Out in the Eastern Conference, St. Louis FC on fire, my friend. Only 1 loss in their first 7 games so far. And goalkeeper Jake Fennelson is really impressing with 4 clean sheets and conceding just 5 goals in his first 7 games. They've kind of taken everybody by storm.
Yeah, not only do they have a great defense, but they have a plethora of attacking players and a pretty deep bench, and that's the reason why they're on fire, Christian.
And those are your 3 storylines for this evening in a midweek edition of USL Championship Soccer. We are live here at Dignity Health Sports Park Track and Field Stadium. Stay with us, there's plenty more coming up. Halftime here, it's LA 1, RGVFC 0.
The header, yes! Diego Polenta! And LA Galaxy are going to beat the Houston Dynamo at home.
USL Championship Soccer coming your way tonight on ESPN Plus. LA Galaxy 2-1, Rio Grande Valley FC 0. Happy to have you along. Christian Miles alongside Troy Barty. And Troy, it was a great first half from a Galaxy perspective. Very pleasing on the eye, an open style game. Let's take a look back some of the better moments and the first half highlights, which of course will be highlighted by that Triari goal, but the Galaxy very much on the front foot.
Yeah, it seemed every couple minutes they're down on RGV's end attacking Tyler Derrick's goal. Abraham Romero has not had much to do on the Galaxy 2 side of defense. But here you can see it. Galaxy have been relentless getting to the end line, earning corners. It seemed like it was only a matter of time before they'd find their goal as they continued to pressure the defensive line of the Toros. And as you see in the 39th minute coming up here, as take a look real quick at a nice run by Schultz.
Great opportunity for Ilaski. They dodged the ball at the last minute. Lopez trying to play it in. Great return ball set up for Koreniuk and a courageous block for Kevin Rodriguez. And then this would happen. Watch this, folks. Just watch it. Around 1, 2, 3, whack. And that's how you do it. It's as simple as that. Unbelievable strike, an extraordinary run, and even better finish from Didi Triari.
About a 65-yard run in between Toro defenders, 4 or 5 of them. Finish at the near post. A highlight you'll be seeing for the next week for sure.
I'm going to go out and say it, one of the goals of the season here. All right, LA up 1-0. We're going to step aside one last time. However, keep it right here on ESPN Plus. The second half is coming up next.
The header, yes! Diego Polenta! And LA Galaxy are going to beat the Houston Dynamo at home.
A cool, crisp April evening here in Carson, California in the LA Galaxy. Now, it's Los Dos trying to get back to winning ways and really take a page out of the senior team's book. So far, so good. Didi Triari with the only strike here on the 39th minute. Happy to have you along for a special midweek treat from the USL Championship. Christian Miles alongside Troy Barty. All right, we talked about LA and how they ran riot and had the better of the chances. Rio Grande Valley FC right now. You come in off the back of a big win, their biggest win of the season on Saturday. Perhaps fatigue a part of it, but after that 5-2 romp over Las Vegas Lights FC, perhaps a little fatigue. What's going on?
Well, three of their attacking players, rather, Cedro Martinez, Malik Foster, and Michael Salazar, were on the bench to start this one. So, between those 3 players, I think you can expect 1 or 2 of them to come in and make a positive impact in this second half for the Toros.
Trying to make a positive impact right now is Justin Fittis, who is going to come on to replace Didi Triari. Interesting decision here from Mike Munoz, as Triari far and away the most extraordinary moment of the game, but Fittis has been the out-and-out tried and true at left fullback. So we shall see. It's a switch for Mike Munoz. We'll see what's in store here for Rio Grande Valley FC. As we count them up and take stock, it looks as though there will be no change for Gerson Echeverry. So it's as you were, Fittis on, and the goal scorer, Triari, off. A big change. I wonder if that's for fitness or injury's sake. So a chance for Fittis, the kid from San Diego who's figured prominently this season, to come in and make a difference. Former University of Washington product and playing back there with his old collegiate teammate, Michael Gallagher. Second half underway. Happy to have you along. LA in white and the Toros, Rio Grande Valley FC in the black, going from right to left across your screen. Pivotal match here in the Western Conference. Galaxy with a chance right now to move as high as a 3rd position, currently on 9 points from their first spell of games. 6 games played for LA. They haven't been in action for 11 days, and that layoff looks as though it served them well, Troy.
so far so good, playing a team that played just 4 days ago.
A little glitch in the schedule, a little glitch here. Jose Hernandez very slow as the referee will call this one back at a free kick for Los Angeles. As he mentioned, Rio Grande Valley, 2 wins, 3 defeats, 2 draws. Started with that miserable run of 5 without victory, taking 2 points on their first 5 games, and it backed it up and turned it around with back-to-back wins over OKC Energy and Las Vegas Lights on Saturday night. Their biggest offensive output of the campaign, 5 goals past Eric Winalda's team. Meanwhile, Carlos Small going right to work, well defended by Abraham Romero, quick off his line, and he had to be. So much nimble footwork required of goalkeepers in the modern day game. So they'll push it around now. Donovan plays it wide on the right-hand side. Whole host of changes tonight for Rio Grande Valley as they once again look to go the direct approach, and they'll stay with the tried and true as Small will continue in that role of lone striker up top with 5 in the midfield.
And another nice job by Romero, stepping outside of his box and clearing that away before Small could get to it.
Galaxy playing with that high line. Just trying to compress the midfield. Small can't get in behind. He's got speed to burn as well, the 24-year-old Panamanian. Actually struck on Saturday night against the Lights. Enriquez, near side. Coronado available on the overlap. It's Enriquez, repelled by Romero. Good save from the LA Galaxy keeper.
Very nicely done, getting down quickly to his left and parrying that ball wide enough out of danger. Picture perfect save there by Romero.
Just cuts it on that right. Romero not relinquishing anything on the parry. So keeps it out of harm's way. Positive start to this here from Rio Grande Valley. Long diagonal, comfortably underneath it is Schultz. Very comfortable, Los Angeles, playing it out of the back this evening. Enriquez closed down by Chilao, who does well to win it. Schultz, Iloski now. And here comes LA behind Ernesto Walker, feeding Lopez on the dummy. Chilao in it, flag is down, and Chilao's cross right on the money. Beautiful header in, but it was Lopez who couldn't direct it on target. Had to contort the shape of his body just to meet that cross. But once again, another well-constructed move from the hosts.
And a nice advantage call by our referee to allow play to go on and nearly create an opportunity for the Galaxy.
Look here, just right on the money with that cross from Chilao. Brilliantly done. Hey, get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for LA Galaxy and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, you can get reminders on LA's next match. You can go to ESPN.com and click now, follow for your club. Enriquez trying to release Wilmer Cabrera. Well defended by Schultz. Now in his 2nd season with Los Dos. Played his college ball at Akron, one of the heavyweights in the NCAA, where Caleb Porter made his name. So a reinvigorated Toros team trying to take it straight to Los Angeles here at the outset of half number 2. Schultz, though, finds Lopez. First time hit. Nicely read at the back by Coronado. Enriquez trying to release Small. Depute. A little too physical for the referee's liking. That was right in front of the Rio Grande Valley FC bench as well.
Toro bitch a little bit upset on that call, but it didn't look like it was quite shoulder to shoulder. It looked like it was a little bit from behind, and that's why the call was made.
Galaxy bossing possession all evening. Here's Don Chilao. Lovely first touch around Coronado. Just blazing speed from the former Oregon State Beaver. Chilao into the heart of midfield, leaves it for Hernandez, switches it out wide. First time hit, and not the best of touches that time from Koreniuk. First foot that he has put wrong this evening.
But again, Chilao dipping in, creating something for his teammates. Fun to watch so far throughout this match.
Electric stuff. The Galaxy have really exploited width to their advantage this evening, whether it's Triari, whether it's Chilao, even Koreniuk. Nate Schultz has been integral as well. Hiloski, now this is Walker. Adams trying to hit one into the path for Enriquez. Has done well to get underneath this. Omar Jolos Quintleman locates Adams. Just trying to restore some order in the center right now. Emilio Hernandez now for Cabrera. Here's Donovan. Hernandez is trying to get a foot in there, operating in support of Lopez, along with Hiloski. You characterize it as a 4-3-3 at times for LA, with Lopez as the tip of the trident, as they say. Here's Coronado. Serving it up now for Small. And second time he's tried that back heel this evening, and for the second time it doesn't come off. Awkward ball for Kyle Adams, and not the best moment that time for Coronado and company. Rookie from Cal State Fullerton. Actually spent some time with the Orange County Soccer Club under 23s during his college days, playing in Fullerton.
And for a player who had 18 assists in college, not to really get forward at all this evening says a lot about how well the right side of G2 has done tonight.
It also says a lot about the tactical acumen of head coach Mike Munoz, who's pressed back and limited that space going forward for Coronado and fullbacks and wingers as well. Cabrera for Donovan. Johnson trying to lift it forward now for Wilmer Cabrera, to no avail. Galaxy trying to put a chokehold here, that higher pressure. It's something that's changed within the senior setup as well, winning that ball higher up on the field. More advantageous. Saw it especially in that first game for the senior team way back on March 16th, without the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and it looks as that's filtered down here to USL Championship level as well. The Toros, though, still in this by a long shot. Well, within touching distance now as it drops for Fittis. The only substitute came on at halftime for the goal scorer, Triari. Drop back from Johnson, Donovan. Trying to push it up that right-hand side. Rodriguez cuts in. Brilliant stuff here. Great run that time from Rodriguez. Sets it up for Cabrera on that right. And here comes best move of the night so far. Small, Enriquez on the right. And it's Enriquez who lifts. No one picking it up on the left. And a brilliant save that time from Romero to deny Wilmer Cabrera. Superb goalkeeping from the LA Galaxy stopper. That's why he got the start tonight.
Yeah, spectacular save by Romero, holding his ground. I mean, it looked like the Toros were going to pull the trigger 2 or 3 times. Took a lot of patience by Romero, but held his ground, cut off the angle, and did fantastically.
Another foot save. You see that a lot more from goalkeepers. the present day. Koreniuk going to work on that far side.
And really quality stuff by Toros on that last move.
They put together some very good moves tonight. Just haven't had the spit and polish in the attacking third. Just lacking that sharpness. Need a good look at Kai Koreniuk.
Even though they scored 5 goals last game at home, you know, it took them 6 games to get their first 5 goals. So,
well,
not necessarily an offensive juggernaut is this
not yet
RGV team. However, I think any team in RSL has proven that on any given night.
The switch has been flipped, and it can be flipped. So they know that they can do it.
Right.
Iloski. Pockets between the line. Tough header that time from Lopez, just inside the box. Here's Walker. Hernandez, the big man to the little man. A little smash and grab in the center of the park. Chilao. Fancies himself in 1v1s, and he rounds his way around Coronado. Chilao is having his way. He's been absolutely brilliant and beating his marker for pace throughout the evening. So throw in now for Los Dos. Nate Schultz now looking for an option. He's got to get the throw in here. Gallagher wearing the captain's armband this evening. Another kid from that Real Salt Lake setup. Spent some time with Real Monarchs SLC the last 2 seasons, did Gallagher. Here's Schultz just running headstrong into David Cabrera. Chilao has it on the edge of the box, puts in a decent ball, but straight to Derek. Quick release from the Rio Grande Valley keeper. And the pressure invited back on this Toros defense as Walker's run out of play. Be a throw-in for LA. Hey, soccer fans, you can join the Galaxy, the hottest team in Major League Soccer, in their return to Dignity Health Sports Park coming up this Sunday, April 28th at 5 p.m. and cheer on Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Sebastian Lletget, and Jonathan Dos Santos as they get set to take on Real Salt Lake. You can secure your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets. Iloski, costly giveaway. Kenny Profit lays it off to the left, but timely interception back there by Zach Johnson, who read it well. Iloski is just bursting with creativity, isn't he? All kinds of attacking ideas. Chilao, Hernandez, Lopez. Oh, this could be the move, Iloski. And it was there once again. It was sharp, it was crisp, and it was fluid.
Very nice dump off there by Lopez.
Enriquez now trying to hit against the run. On for Small, puts it on the right. Good block in. And a nice recovery defensively from Los Dos. Oh, and Jose Hernandez getting himself tied up in knots and relinquishes possession. Enriquez only too happy to oblige. Lays it wide. This is Small. On the cross, just over hit it for Wilmer Cabrera. It'll come out for an Abraham Romero goal kick. Better, though, from Rio Grande Valley.
You'd like to see those 2 players flipped. You'd like to see Cabrera delivering that ball to Small in the box, not the other way around. But again, it's been RGV here in the second half.
So a sub here for Rio Grande Valley, and they will bring on Malik Foster, the Jamaican speedster. He's on loan from Alajuelense in Costa Rica. The club, which, by the way, Ari Lassiter joined in the offseason. So this will change things. You were alluding to this player's talents. What can we expect to see from the Jamaican international?
Yeah, well, normally deployed on the right-hand side, it looks like he floated over No, he's on that right-hand side. Scored a goal and assist last time out, which earned him Team of the Week honors.
Chance here for Lopez, but it was electric, but it was also offside. So some firepower off the bench for Gerson Echeverry. So Rodriguez off, had some bright moments. Malik Foster, a goal and an assist, both of which came on Saturday night against the Lights.
You know, he's had a few caps with Jamaica, scored against South Korea last year, so has some international experience, does the 22-year-old Foster.
Here's Justin Fittis for Los Angeles. Both teams utilizing one sub so far. Coronado. Oh, he's done well. Enriquez. He's a real live wire, trying to corkscrew the defender, and a heavy touch from Cabrera in the end. And it's Enriquez who wanted the call as he was brought to ground on the edge of the box. Wasn't happy about it either. Once again, nothing coming about. We're seeing these brilliantly orchestrated moves, but just lacking an end product. Jesus Enriquez for Wilmer Cabrera Jr. and heavy on the touch. Gift for Michael Gallagher. Here's Hernandez, and we'll use Fittis. Kareniak, who's been quiet. Drifting central for Iloski. This is Chilao. What has he got up his sleeve? Drawing two markers, Chilao. Wisely pulling it back out, Iloski. Squares it now for his old college teammate, Hernandez. Nowhere for him to go as he is upended by David Cabrera. Well won back by the Toros, but possession all too short-lived. Fittis. Another attacking fullback. You know, Fittis on with those fresh legs, and we know he's one of the quicker players on this team. No relief for the right-hand side of that Rio Grande Valley defense and Zach Johnson. And down goes Fittis. Well won back. Here's Donovan. Cabrera Jr. This one hit. Trying to work the big switch, but underneath it is Schultz. Chilao drops into a deeper role, as does Lopez. Way to check back that time from the Galaxy striker, but they can't quite find the link on the distribution now. Small flares out into a wide roll. Coronado just hits the deck here, and here comes Chilao. It's getting real physical out there. The referee's letting it go as well.
If he keeps letting it go, he's going to have to reach into his pocket here pretty soon.
Well, just the one booking going against Coronado. So it'll be Jose Hernandez restoring order in the center of the Galaxy midfield. Nick DePew. Well, risky ball there, nearly nipping in was Cabrera. Gallagher for Hernandez. Kareniak. Always a bag of tricks, isn't he? But not fooling anybody this time, especially David Cabrera. Galaxy get it back, however. Lopez, good first touch, but it opened up. Some tackles flying in. Chilao for Lopez, and it's going to be a free kick late in the warning, but it was a real thumping challenge. The referee reaches for his pocket here. Let it play on, played the advantage. Rio Grande Valley feel that they can't get a call. So it's going to go against Romelio Hernandez, who will be booked for the third time this season.
card caution has been issued by the referee to Rio Grande Valley FC's.
Dangerous free kick here, top of the D.
Let's pick your poison here for Los Angeles. Now, it'd be interesting to see. It can go left, it can go right. We've seen Iloski present some danger with that sweet left foot. A variety of takers. We'll see what they draw up here. This will come straight off the training ground as the referee will get out the spray. It's about 20 yards out, perfectly positioned. This is though it's going to be Brian Iloski, the new arrival from Legia Warsaw. European experience under his belt.
Two more steps. One more, Andy. Good.
And he can knock this in. This is within his range, and they will have to be meticulous and have to take every precaution defensively here, Rio Grande Valley. Midway through the second half, and a wonderful opportunity for the Galaxy to get their second.
6 guys in the wall. It's tough for a goalkeeper to see this.
Here's Iloski. Not a bad effort, and it just curls wide. He had the bend, but in the end, just a shade lacking in accuracy.
And if that was anywhere on target, I don't think Tyler Derrick was moving.
As you mentioned, tough for him to see. Such a big wall, but in the end, defense does its job. They weather the storm. Hey, look, for as well as Los Dos has played, RGVFC still in this, but Iloski coming close, trying to pick out that top corner. Who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? You can find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. Slight delay here. Looks as though we're going to see another switch, this time for RGV, and they're going to bring in Isidro Martinez, the 22-year-old rookie from University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, who was on target on Saturday night.
Indeed, and has 2 assists, both of those assists coming on the road. Very good wide set piece taker is Martinez.
Another one of those players that saw starting action on Saturday night. So back to Romero. Let's see if this translates into any tactical switch. One would think that would be the case. You've seen Cabrera play in that deep lying role. Martinez capable of playing in that same central area. Might bring a little bit more of an attacking dimension, however. Small trying to push it through for Enriquez to no avail. And back the other way for Frank Lopez. Once again, too strong. So we get set for the final 20 minutes here in Carson. Here's Wilmer Cabrera, skipping right past Walker, who fouls him from behind. Probably the easiest call for the referee to make all evening.
And he might be lucky to escape without booking there.
Coronado and Romelio Hernandez, the only men cautioned this evening, and standing over it is going to be Isidro Martinez. It's a dead ball that could change everything right now. It could alter the landscape of this game and make for a real interesting finish. Martinez puts it in, and a nice retort from Fittis. Here's Johnson, who keeps it alive wide on the right-hand side, and here comes RGVFC trying to find Adams, and Ernesto Walker able to get his foot underneath it, and the Galaxy finally clear their lines. Off to the races now is Koreniuk, and it's timely intervention that time from Coronado, who did well to come across. Better second half, though, from the visitors, you have to say. Coronado. Giving away once again. Here's Chilao. Dropping deeper, supported by Schultz. Good ball for Lopez. And Jesus Enriquez in Rio Grande Valley trying to take advantage of a good spell of possession. Isidro Martinez deferring now to Donovan. He'll come in and play that deep lying role just in front of that back four. Coronado. And nowhere to go for Enriquez as Galaxy just hunting them down in packs tonight.
Ernesto Walker's done a nice job covering ground tonight.
Martinez trying to set the table that time for Romelio Hernandez. Oh, this is a good ball, well weighted. Small is in, flag is down. It's Carlos Small. Decent effort though. Had a tough angle, but kept it low. Just couldn't quite hit it hard enough. In the end, pretty comfortable save for Romero.
And really nice job there by Fittis, turning on the burners and getting in front of Small there, making it easier for his goalkeeper. Nice defensive work by the substitution.
That's Enriquez, who just lost his footing. A gift for Schultz. Walker for Los Angeles. Or Lopez forced to check back nearly to midfield. He's had a tough time. He's faced those overloads throughout the evening. Big, strong presence, though. Not the biggest, but a real strong presence, rather. Low center of gravity, so difficult to dislodge. Meanwhile, here's Jesus Enriquez trying to liven up this attack. Coronado hits it first time across. It was an awkward clearance. It'll come out for the second corner of the evening for Rio Grande Valley.
And now that Traore is out of the game, now you're starting to see Coronado push up that left-hand side because he doesn't have to worry so much about playing that defense.
So here's one of the men that you alluded to earlier. We're going to see another switch. Salazar, Belize International by way of New York City. Spent some time with the Montreal Impact, and now we'll get a chance to check in ahead of the corner.
And now they're close to their original starting 11 with Martinez, Foster, Salazar, all subbing in, all players that featured last week.
Right back in, and that one flicked away. Defended well enough. The Galaxy looking assured back there as Coronado puts it back in. Trying to push it up now, and it's robbed by Schultz. Trying to hit it long. Can they hit against the run? It's a misclear right now. It opens the door now. It's Iloski in a foot race. Iloski around one. Koreniuk, you betcha! Lightning quick, slick as a whistle. And Kai Koreniuk grabs his third of the season. It's LA 2, RGVFC 0.
And all the credit to Iloski. Beautiful speed, a nice touch, dumps it off for Koreniuk. Easy tapping in the end. It was all about Iloski's run and unselfish play, earning Koreniuk his third goal of the year.
It was a gift. And Koreniuk only too happy to open it up. Simple goal. Lovely square ball that time. And Adrian Vera will come on here for LA.
And now time on G2 side with that 2-goal cushion. A nice chance for Mike Munoz to make a substitution.
So Adrian Vera getting a chance to check in. The kid from Norwalk. Had a goal and 3 assists last year. Now in his 5th season with this organization as a whole, 3rd with Los Dos. Second switch tonight for Mike Munoz. Jose Hernandez off. And Vera, who actually started his Los Dos career playing in a wider role, now adjusting to a more central position here.
And I wonder if Tyler Derrick is doubting himself just a bit. It looked like he hesitated for a split second, which allowed Olowski to get that extra touch across the 6 to Koreniuk for the goal. Not much he could do, though.
It's the Galaxy closing in on their second clean sheet of the season. First of which came way back on March 16th in a 3-0 triumph in Tacoma. Back the other way we go, though, and it may open up now. Pulled back, nicely done, and it's hit, and it's in. 77th minute off the bench and into the goals. It's Michael Salazar, and RGVFC right back in it.
And just like that, Echeverry makes 3 attacking substitutions. 1 pays off. Salazar with his 2nd goal of the season, his first one coming against OKC. And this one wasn't too difficult, as he just waited for the ball to come across towards the penalty spot, and he just slotted it home. Really no man marking in the box there for G2.
Back the other way we go. Salazar on target. Spent some time here in the Southland going to UC Riverside. So hold the phone here. LA far from out of the woods. But with these substitutes in, they've changed the complexion of this game. So still some unfinished business and plenty of time here for the Toros to take something positive out of this one on the road. And lightning quick on the counterattack.
Believe it or not, a couple of Belize jerseys in the crowd here tonight supporting Salazar Jr. Pretty cool to see the Belize International there.
I mean, what's not to love about Belize, right?
It's not every day you see a Belize jersey in the in the crowd.
Yep, you are absolutely right. So a little wind in their sails, a little pep in their step. Isidro Martinez plays it out wide. Interesting move as Salazar bolstering that front line along with Small. And they'll hit it long, straight and direct. This time to pick out Enriquez. Not this time, says Nate Schultz, and he'll give it a ride. Adams steps into the Galaxy half now. Coronado, Schultz loses his footing. This is positive in search of an equalizer. Coronado out in front, and it's there. 2 in the space of 2 minutes. Unbelievable. Back from the dead, and once again, it's Rio Grande Valley FC and Michael Salazar doing the damage. 2-2 here in Carson.
Salazar, the super sub, comes on, scores 2 quick goals, draws his team level. Galaxy 2 not going to be happy with this defensive effort.
Just shredding the Galaxy defense. Coronado with a brilliant run to set the table for Salazar, who bags the brace in 2 minutes. This game on its head. Unbelievable. And still 10+ minutes to go. So how will the Galaxy react to this adversity when they played so well throughout most of this game? That remains to be seen. Just a reminder, you can tune in on Wednesday, April 30th local time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week over on ESPN3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC visiting the 2-time defending champs and USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week coming up on Wednesday, April 30th on ESPN3. My oh my, how this one changed 5 minutes ago, and Rio Grande Valley heads down. Looked as though they were heading for defeat. Not so.
Haven't seen scoring like that from Salazar since really 2017 when he banged home a few for Montreal in MLS.
It's such an interesting story. Had that great stint, 16-18 in Montreal, and then loaned out to Ottawa, and actually started the season with Birmingham Legion. It's a free kick for LA. How will they react? They've let this 2-goal lead slip. And it'll be Salazar ripping down Walker. Word of warning now from the referee. He says that's one. The second one, you're getting a card. My goodness. I tell you what, Gerson Echeverry looking like a genius, bringing on the likes of Salazar. Brought on Isidro Martinez, both first-team regulars, but due to schedule congestion and such a tight turnaround, forced to play and go deeper into his roster. Here's the aforementioned Martinez playing it into the path for Jesus Enriquez. Is the danger man on the left. Coronado makes the overlap. They're on the front foot right now. Coronado around Chilao. And it's belted in. Oh, and Romero just lost flight of it. And Romelio Hernandez had plenty of power behind that.
Looks like it took an awkward skip off the grass.
Nervous smile that time from the Mexico under-20. Part of the Galaxy Youth Academy setup. Spent some 3 seasons with Pachuca. So we'll see the corner. Near side, Isidro Martinez now for the visitors. Trying to complete the comeback, 83rd minute, straight in, and well defended by Walker, but not out of the woods yet. Far side. Good piece of industry now. It's pulled in tight, Walker, and just like that, 83rd minute, it's unbelievable, and it's Carlos Small. Back from the dead and into the lead. Would you believe it? Carlos Small, on loan from Arabe Unido, grabs his 2nd goal of the season and his 2nd in the space of 5 days.
Scored in the 85th minute last game. Scores in the, 83rd minute this game. Pretty difficult to see what happened there, but some crafty footwork along the byline that somehow gets through Romero, and all Small has to do is tap it home to give RGV the late lead.
Unbelievable turn of events. 3 goals in 6 minutes. And the Galaxy now chasing this after a monumental collapse. Can they get it together? Enriquez, Coronado digs it out. And here comes Jesus Enriquez in Rio Grande Valley FC, bowled over from behind. Referee says get up and play on. And it opens for Iloski, wide on the left for Koreniuk, who thought he'd put this game to bed. Koreniuk puts it on the right, and he'll have the support this time from Adrian Vera. Here's Fittis dropping that shoulder, squares it across, and it's met by Zach Johnson. It spurred LA into action now, and they're gonna have to struggle just to get a share of the points after dominating this game for the first 75 minutes.
And in the first half, it was all Chilao on that right-hand side, and now you're starting to see Coronado and Enriquez get active on this left-hand side for RGV. It's really been a tale of 2 halves, obviously, for the Toros.
Dominating the first half, comfortably out in front for most of this game. So we'll see. It's Brian Iloski awaiting clarification from the referee. This is as though we have an injury down. Looks to be Zach Johnson on that far side. Right fullback, we shall see. But my, oh my here, Troy. 6 minutes, and it's changed everything. And the Galaxy thought they were on an easy streak.
Yeah, it was less than 10 minutes ago. It looked like Galaxy 2 might be coasting to a 2-0 victory, but 3 goals in a span of what, Christian? 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
Absolutely. So here's an interesting move. Fittis, who came on as a sub, replaced Triari. He comes off, and Augustine Williams comes on. So purely a tactical switch. Williams, the attacking option. The defender sacrificed to go to 3 at the back. Williams from Sierra Leone, a good target presence at 6'2". First things first, however, corner coming up, and it will be the 5th of the evening for Galaxy, and it's headed in by Depew. Right back in it. Nick Depew rising like a giant to head in the Iloski corner. It's LA 3, RGVFC 3.
Well, you'd think you want to mark the tallest guy in the box on a corner. He was set up near post. Really not a Toro defender challenging him in the air. Just an unimpeded run into that near 6. Hits it down into the ground and hits the roof of the net. Beautifully done there by Depew.
First goal this season for the big 6'5" central defender. After the sub, as Fittis came off, Williams on, he will lead the line, providing some support for Frank Lopez. I have to say, tremendous displays of character, but we're not done yet. It's played out in front square to cross. Dangerous moment as LA were stretched and caught.
Foster now starting to create some havoc on that right-hand side for RGV.
Adams steps into the half. These two are going for it. 88th minute. This is one of those you want to keep on going. One back by Chilao, gives it away to Adams now. Here's Coronado already with the assist on the evening. He got things going for that second Salazar goal. Jesus Enriquez dips inside, but has his pocket picked by Don Chilao. Well done from the Galaxy winger, and Williams finally makes his first touch. Here's Koreniuk. Mazy little run here. Kai Koreniuk, though, heavy on the final ball. Galaxy yet to draw a game this season. Good flick from Small, trying to set it into the path for Enriquez, but the flag had gone up. Offside against the Toros. Catch your breath, my friend. That was 4 goals in the space of 10 minutes. Iloski latches onto it. Feeds Koreniuk. Opens up space on the run. Koreniuk drops it off. Has it poked away now. And here's Foster from that deep position. And look at the speed on the Jamaican. Trying to set it in. This could be a winner. It's Carlos Small to win it. Denied by Romero. Brilliant goalkeeping to save the Galaxy's bacon.
And save 2 points, most likely. A wonderful save by Romero. A beautiful, beautiful ball from Foster to send through Small, but just an even better play by Romero. Still not out of danger yet.
Big night for the Galaxy keeper. Here's Isidro Martinez on the ensuing corner. On the outswinger, Enriquez. Sends it right back in, chested down, flag is down, and it's Salazar. He gets the hat trick. Unbelievable. The man from Belize has completed the most unlikeliest of comeback stories here in Carson. It's RGV 4, LA 3.
Salazar, the super sub hat trick. performance by him in just a span of 10 minutes. And just really difficult, tough defending there in the box. Unlucky. Karam's off. I don't know if that was Depew or Gallagher. Karam's off Galaxy 2. And when it's your night, it's your night. Salazar, right place, right time. Once again, an easy finish for him.
Goal on the 90th minute. So 4 minutes for the Galaxy to dig something out here. Up by 2, down by 1, fought their way back. First lead of the evening for Rio Grande Valley in what has been a barn burner. Carlos Small delivering the lead. Depew equalizing on the 87th. Salazar reestablishing the lead. And it will be a fascinating final 4 minutes here at the dig. Schultz. Hit and hope, trying to pick out Lopez. Walker rises. The big, powerful Panamanian trying to get a foot in. Here's Gallagher. Trying to peg it into the corner. Chilao heavy on the touch, and it just drifts over the byline. 93rd minute. It was at least 4 minutes. That decision made before the goal. So we'll probably see a little bit more than the 4 minutes. My goodness.
G2 fans and players in disbelief. 15 minutes ago, they were thinking they were coasting to victory. And then 4 goals later, not so fast.
Now this is what Las Vegas Lights saw. Don't sleep on RGV. Delay of game against Tyler Derrick. Who can blame him, however, considering the way things have unfolded? They have sprung to life with an offensive barrage that has unleashed 4 goals in the space of 14 minutes.
And what can you say about Michael Salazar? To come off the bench and get a hat trick that quickly.
They're not done yet. 94th minute, and time's a-wasting for G2. And Tyler Derrick in no big hurry. They were left for dead. And they have come back to life here. 5-2 on Saturday, 9 goals in 2 games. So we head into the 95th minute. And quite possibly the last. It's last chance saloon now for Mike Munoz and Los Dos. And that will go out of play. Disappointing. Well, fatigue, no. As they save their best for last. Koreniuk able to win it. Walker tied up with his own teammate, Michael Gallagher, before it's thumped forward, trying to pick out Augustine Williams. And he'll whip one across. Lopez waiting. Is this their moment? Lopez leaves it off. It's Iloski inside and cleared away by Donovan. It's thumped in. Finnis, a rather hit in. Rebound. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? The LA Galaxy and Kai Koreniuk have snatched one from the jaws of death. It's LA 4, Rio Grande Valley FC 4.
And a very fitting score at that. Well done to Galaxy 2, never giving up. And Kai Koreniuk, last home game, scored 2 goals. And yet again tonight, 2 goals for number 52. And the all-important one right there in the 95th plus minute. Well done, Galaxy 2, to fight back and earn what we think is going to be a draw.
8 goals tonight. Remember, it was 1-0 at halftime, and that's going to do it. What a game, what a finish. Both teams fighting their way back. RGV 2 goals down, take the lead, equalize, go in front, and then LA on the last kick of the game, Kai Koreniuk, and a share of the spoils. And this was wild, to say the least.
Maybe a little disappointing for Mike Munoz to concede 4 goals in the second half, but to fight back twice and earn a point, there's still something positive to take away from this one, Christian.
Well, they can score goals with the best of them, and Los Dos back in action after an 11-day layoff. Thought they were on easy street, but hold the phone, says Rio Grande Valley FC, and character personified tonight, coming front and center for both of these two in what was a really entertaining game and one of the games of the season. So full time here in Carson at the Dig at the Track and Field Stadium. It ends the LA Galaxy 2 4, Rio Grande Valley FC 4.
The header, yes! Diego Polenta! The LA Galaxy are going to beat the Houston Dynamo at home.
And we welcome you back to the Track and Field Stadium here at Dignity Health Sports Park, the scene of a wild one. The smoke is cleared, and would you believe it, it ends 4-4, 7 second half goals. Christian Miles alongside Troy Barty. Hey Troy, before we put this one to bed, this is going to go down as one of the games of the season, but what a final 45 minutes.
It seems like so long ago. It was that beautiful 65-yard run from Didi Triari. And then you thought the game was over from Galaxy 2 when they took a 2-0 advantage in the 75th minute. Kai Koreniuk again. And wow, and then it went back and forth. And all the credit in the world goes to Coach Echeverry, really, with his 3 substitutions, made all the difference in the world in the second half for the Toros. And again, for Mike Munoz and Galaxy 2 to fight back twice to earn this point is something positive to take from this evening.
And plenty of good for both of these two as they look forward. Coming up next on Monday, it'll be the Galaxy taking on Eric Winalda and the Las Vegas Lights. And coming up next for Rio Grande Valley FC as they will get set to pay a visit to Portland Timbers 2, who, by the way, are at the top of the Western Conference. It was a whole heck of a lot of fun. But once again, the final score, LA 4, RGV FC 4. That's going to do it for us. On behalf of the entire crew, my partner, Troy Barty, this is Christian Miles saying good night from Carson.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.